Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, August 24th. A very nice week headed for the Mid-Atlantic region. There may be a shower or thunderstorm later today or in the overnight hours as a weak cool front pushes our way, but following that frontal system, another comfortable air mass will reach the I-95 corridor later tomorrow. Looks like nice weather is in store for Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Comfortable temperatures and humidity levels. Let's start off by looking at the tropical situation before we get to the local weather situation. Danny became briefly a major hurricane late last week on Friday, but then, as expected, it encountered some increasing vertical wind shear and encountered some dry air that pushed off the western Africa coast, really over the Saharan desert. An air mass pushed from the east to the west, and that certainly inhibited the strengthening of Danny late last week and into the weekend. It weakened to tropical storm status. This is the current satellite image from the Penn State EWAL site, the latest GOES visible satellite image. It is still tropical storm status as it moves right towards the Caribbean Sea, the Windward and Leeward Islands right here. It looks like it'll continue on a path generally in this direction. This is Puerto Rico right here and the island of Hispaniola right in this region. Looks like it'll go just to the south of these areas, perhaps even weaken further into tropical depression status. Do not expect re-intensification of this. Certainly can cause some decent rainfall in portions of those island areas, but it weakened from a major hurricane on Friday back down to tropical storm status over the weekend. Currently still tropical storm status, but again, it could weaken even further over the next 12 hours or so into tropical depression status, continuing on a basic east to west track. Well, let's in fact take a look at a product put out by the University of Wisconsin, the CIMSS branch of the University of Wisconsin. In orange and red here is a representation of where Saharan dust or Saharan desert dry air is currently located. Basically moves off the west coast of Africa in the riding along in the trade winds and can push right into the tropical part of the Atlantic, inhibiting tropical storm formation. This is the tropical Atlantic right here. This is Danny. It's about to enter the Caribbean Sea. Another wave on its heels, and behind that a third wave right in this region right here, just moving off the west coast of Africa. Notice Danny will move into an area with still some dry air just to the south of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, and then this particular wave has some looks like it'll encounter some dry air as well over the next 24 hours or so, and it looks like that dry air may play a role in any potential development of this third wave. So still some dry air that pushed off the west coast of Africa last week. All three of these waves will be inhibited somewhat by this encounter with dry air over the next several days, but certainly we'll keep an eye on wave number 2 and wave number 3 here over the next several days. Well, let's get back to the continental U.S. This is the latest surface map. Another frontal system headed for the I-95 corridor. A weak cool front pushing into the eastern part of the Ohio Valley. Notice behind, strong high pressure dominates the scene out in the Central Plains. This high pressure area pushes in behind this frontal system and will produce a nice weather pattern here from later Tuesday right through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Comfortable temperatures and humidity levels. Maybe a few scattered showers and thunderstorms later today and in the overnight hours in the I-95 corridor. Nothing widespread, nothing too intense, and nothing, not a heavy rain event expected with this weak frontal system. But nonetheless, there can be a scattered shower or thunderstorm late today or overnight tonight, perhaps even into the early part of Tuesday. Then lowering humidity is likely to occur during the day on Tuesday, and very nice sleeping weather by tomorrow night. Well, let's now take a look at the GFS forecast maps at the surface level. This is using last night's 0Z GFS model run. 24-hour forecast for this evening. Notice a little bit of green here in the Mid-Atlantic region, even a little bit of a surface low pressure area depicted by the GFS model. So again, can be a shower or thunderstorm anywhere up and down the I-95 corridor late today. Perhaps the best chance overnight tonight, associated with that weak frontal system. All that pushes off to the east. Still could be a lingering shower threat early tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at the early Tuesday morning forecast. And again, by tomorrow morning, still a lingering shower threat, especially in the eastern sections of the Mid-Atlantic region, with that weak cool frontal system that at this time is pushing off to the east to the coastal sections. Again, high pressure follows, lowering humidity during the day on Tuesday. By tomorrow night, very comfortable weather conditions. Let's take a look at the Tuesday evening forecast map. By tomorrow evening, high